Okay, the next question people found challenging was the question of what percent of the normal distribution should lie between z equals negative 0.5 and 1.5. Okay, that's the question. Now, obviously, you're going to draw the normal distribution. You're going to have your z. You don't have x values because we don't have actual times or lifetimes or whatever it is that we're measuring, but we sketch the normal distribution. Now, the colored stuff up here isn't part of our original sketch. We'll add that in a minute, but the original sketch is in white here, where we have our 19%, 34%, 43%, 48%, and 50% indicated on the right-hand side. And we could, as I've said, also do the same kind of labeling on the left-hand side. Well, now, between z equals negative 0.5 and 1.5, where is that on the distribution? Well, that's between here and here. Okay, negative 0.5 is here, 1.5 is here. So let's go ahead and just kind of make a couple of heavy lines here and go ahead and trace the curve here. And we see that this is the region of the curve that corresponds to these to the set of z values between negative 0.5 and 1.5. So the only question is, what's the percent? Well, if you know the 19, 34, 43, 48%, and so forth, and that will be given on this problem, it's very straightforward. You see that you have 19% between 0 and negative 0.5. If you understand those percents, you'll understand that very easily. So you say, okay, I've got 19% of the distribution in between here and here. And then I've got, and I don't actually have it in yellow, so let me go ahead and indicate it. I mean, we know it's 43% between here and here, but let me go ahead and put it in yellow so it corresponds to the answer to this question that's stated in yellow. Okay, so I've got 43% here, I've got 19% here. How much do I have total? Well, obviously I've got this region plus this region, the 19% plus the 43%, which is 62%. Now, that's the question that was on the practice test. It's on the document for today. Z less than negative 0.5 or greater than 1.5. This is another question. Okay, so what percent of your curve would be either less than 0.5 or greater than 1.5? What part of the curve are we looking at? Well, less than 0.5 would be from here on. Okay, greater than 1.5 would be from here on. So it's the two red regions. And we can, gee, if I have red, here we go. Okay, it's going to be this part of the curve going on forever, and then this part of the curve here, again, continuing. So how much of the area is either here or here? Well, we know that 19% is between the middle and here, and 50% is from the middle on to forever, going to the left, so that this is going to be our 50% minus the 19% chunk that we're not including. So it's 50% minus 19%, or 31%. Now, to the right of 1.5, what do we have? Well, between 0 and 1.5 is 43%. All this is 50%, so we've got here 50% minus 43%, or 7%. And if you look at the curve, those numbers make a certain amount of sense. This region here looks like it might well be about 30% of the total region, around a third. Okay, this nowhere close to that. 7% seems just about right for this part of the region, if you sketch the curve reasonably well. So that would be our answer, the 31% plus 7%, which is the 38%. What about the number between 0.5 and 1.5? Well, okay, between 0.5 and 1.5, here's 0.5 and here's 1.5. It'd be from here to here. Now, what percent of the total curve is that? Well, from the middle out to here is 43%, and from the middle up to here is 19%, so it should be clear that this region is the 43% minus the 19% that we have here. And I've written that up here, 43% minus 19% between here and here. So that now that orange region, which overlaps our yellow region some, but we see, is going to be 43% minus 19%, which is going to be 24%. If I did the arithmetic right, I could even mess that up, so check me on that. Now that's very important. It's very important to have that picture and be able to interpret that picture with these percents. And if I give you z values of negative 6.7 and plus 1.32, you're not going to be able to get the exact percents based on this, but you're still going to be able to draw the picture and make a good estimate of what those percents ought to be, and then go to the z table. If you look up z equals 0.5, you will find the number 0.19, or of course it's going to round off to that. You're going to get 3 significant figures in that number, I believe, in the table you'll be given on the test. Meaning, again, the table tells you the percent between the middle and whatever z value you're looking at. So if you wanted a z value of 1.3 and you wanted to go up to that, if you look up z value 1.3 on the table, it's going to give you the area between the middle and 1.3. It's just going to refine the numbers that you have from this picture. So you really want to understand this picture and use it as a basis for then understanding what the z table is telling you and how to use it.